being down 7 points, from a betting standpoint in a playoff game is a huge number.
Yeah.
Sometimes people take that different ways. But first I'll say Coach McVay had the guys ready to play. They seemed like they were really focused on the job at hand. Monday night
Yeah.
came out with a lot of energy, offensively, defensively, and had a great game plan offensively. I felt like, but going up against Philadelphia, it's a totally different animal. And when you play in the playoffs, it's a different animal as well. The biggest thing is that for the Rams to be successful in this game, you got to do what a playoff team does, and that's take away the most important thing, the number one option that the team that their opponent does. And to me, that's running the football in Philadelphia right now. They had Saquon Barkley, who's had a tremendous football career and season this year, 2,000 yards rushing. And that's what they like to do. I think that's the really the catalyst of everything that they do offensively. So if we can go in and really find a way to put the game into the hands of Jalen Hurts and let him throw it around the field, maybe 40 passes. That should be our goal for him to throw. I think we'll have a big time opportunity to win this game.
Isaac, I think a lot of people have look at like the Commanders and going into Detroit to face the Lions. A lot of people have said, okay, that seems like an unwinnable game for the Commanders. Do you believe that the Rams, again, as long as they can limit Saquon, and how many yards he ultimately rushes for, do you
Yeah.
believe that this is a really an actual winnable game for the Rams? Like, are you surprised if on Sunday night the Rams are in the NFC Championship game?
Well, to be honest, I won't be surprised. I mean, when you look at these playoffs teams, and the Rams were one of them, they were one of the teams that were ascending towards the end of the season.
Yeah.
And they have the momentum rolling right now. They're very confident. The young guys on defense are really flying around. You know what, man? And you can almost say that, when we played Philadelphia in the regular season, we were somewhat embarrassed. So when you embarrass a professional, the next time they get an opportunity or we get an opportunity to face that team again, I think you see a different attitude and a different result. Now, do they really have a chance to go and win this game? It's the playoffs. And I've been a part of divisional games where I was favored to win, but playing at home in the comforts of home and ended up losing. So I think it is possible. I think it's not only possible for the Los Angeles Rams to go on the road and win, but also the Commanders to go on the road and win a big game as well.
Isaac, you're somebody who obviously in St. Louis won a Super Bowl with the Rams. How helpful is it? And not everybody that won, or not everybody on this team was a part of the Rams Super Bowl winning team a couple years back. But
Right.
how beneficial, if at all, is it that Coach McVay has been here before, and some of these players have been there before, have gone through the gauntlet of the NFL playoffs, and have seen this thing through and won a Super Bowl?
Well, from a leadership standpoint, I mean, that's where it begins. I mean, you have the very same mindset that was at the leadership position when we won the last Super Bowl. So, when you come into a facility like the Los Angeles Rams, it's about winning. At some point, you're going to pass by, you're going to visit one of those Lombardi trophies, and your juices are going to start to flow, and your dreams are going to start to get ignited, and you're going to want to bring in another trophy. So, this is the opportunity. I mean, there's no thinking about next year or when I become a more mature player for these younger guys on the defensive side of the football. It's right now. It's about this weekend. It's about this Sunday and in the Link Stadium, playing the Philadelphia Eagles to get to the next round. It's about thriving. It's about getting to the next round. That's what it's about. I'm sure Coach McVay is preaching that.
Isaac, what's it like for you personally to watch? Because this is a unique situation. I mean, this
Yeah.
is your franchise. You're one of the best players who have ever put on a Rams uniform. Obviously, it's a little bit different because not in St. Louis anymore, now
Yes.
out here in Los Angeles. Do you still feel connected to the franchise? And are those your guys? Like when you're watching on Sunday, is this your team?
Oh, absolutely. You can never change the emblem on the side of the helmet.
Yeah.
The Los Angeles Rams were the very first franchise. They have an emblem on the side of the helmet. I was drafted by the Los Angeles Rams in 1994. I played
Yeah.
1 year out there before moving to St. Louis. But yeah, I'm totally deep rooted into it. I mean, when I see this process happening as far as this playoff run, I get super excited because I know if some kind of way, if we manage to have another home playoff game or end up in the Super Bowl, they always invite Isaac Bruce out, and it's all one big Ramily.